My name is Lockman. In Europe I was called Solomon Lockman. I was born in a small town called Jaloshin. My parents was born in this town. My grandparents was born in the same town. And during the war, life was not easy. Before the war, I got a good life. My parents was rich people, and I was only a child, and I got a good life. Since the German came in, everything turned around. We couldn't work, we couldn't do nothing. They took everything away. And then, in this small town, I went to a bigger town called Częstochow. Because in the small town was nothing to do, you didn't got what to live. In a small town you could manage better in a little small town. So I went to the town called Częstochowa. Over there I used to work for the German, cleaning the streets, keep everything clean. And for this I got some bread from the Jewish committee for working for the German to clean the city.
Tell me a little about your parents. Where were they at that time?
My parents went to Częstochow too. I didn't go by myself. I went with the parents.
Oh.
The parents were staying in Częstochow, and my father got also a job to work for the German. So to survive, you have to work. If you didn't work, they got no use for you. So,
okay.
It would be better when you ask me.
Okay. Well, let me just change this for a second. Well, that was good so far.
Yeah.
That was good. Okay, so then you were working, and your parents were with you.
Yes.
The parents were with you.
Yes.
I'm going to start it again.
Yeah. We got an apartment. To go to Hakem, I said to my parents, I will try to get out from the ghetto. And I knew a lot of Gentile people. Or I will hide by them, or I get some papers that I'm not Jewish, and this will be. So everything was spoiled, because the people didn't let me get out from the ghetto, the Jewish people. And when I got back, I lined up in an empty building, and I stayed overnight in this empty building.
It's with your friend,
with
your girlfriend, right?
Yes. In the morning, the German came and they took us from this empty building and sent us away.
They sent you where?
To Treblinka.
Oh, okay.
They took us out from the empty building. There was a few thousand people already. And we went to the railroad station. Was in the town, the railroad station. And they sent us to Treblinka. We didn't know where we're going, what they will do with us. And when I was already in the cattle car, I couldn't get out anymore, and I lined up in Treblinka.
Where were your parents? Did they go too?
No. When I was in this empty building, they took me, and they didn't took the parents. They took sections for sections. They took, let's say, 10 blocks of 50 blocks. In the section where my parents lived, they didn't took that time.
Oh.
It was every 3 days, every 4 days, they took another group. So I didn't go with my parents. My parents didn't know where I am. They was thinking I got out from the ghetto. I didn't get out from the ghetto. So I came to Treblinka with my girlfriend. I came to Treblinka, it was about 2,000 people.
How long a train ride was it? Was it a long train ride?
About 3-4 days.
Oh.
Every time they put us on the side, they need the tracks for the military. And the tracks was empty. We went. There was no staying on the side. We going.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it took about 3 days probably, and I came into Treblinka. And I came to Treblinka, they told us to undress. Everybody. The ladies they put on one side, the men on the other side. It was a very big square.
So you were separated from your girlfriend?
Yes, right away. When I came in and I went down to the car, from the pedal car, I never saw her no more.
What time of day was it? Was it evening or?
No, it was in the morning.
Was it morning?
In the morning,
Okay.
yeah. Probably 8 o'clock, maybe early.
What time of the year was it? Was the weather nice?
It was in September.
Ah, okay.
September. And the weather started to get cold already.
Yeah.
And then I was already naked, undressed. Came a guy, a Jewish guy. He said he needs 20 people. So he started to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He got 20 people. And he took us out from the group from empty people. And he said, if you find some clothes, put on some clothes. Because I was already naked.
Huh.
So I find some clothes, and I put on the clothes, and he put us on the side, and he came over with a basket. This was a Jewish...
They asked you to put your clothes back on?
Yes.
Your clothes or the prisoner clothes?
Any clothes, if I find clothes, because this was already a mountain with clothes over there. So I put some clothes, a shirt, a pair of pants, and I got back in the line from the 20 people. He only took out 20 people. He came over with a basket, and he said to us, don't hide nothing. If you have money, if you have jewelry, if you have anything, give away. Because in this camp you don't need nothing. You will have money, you will have everything except life. That's what he said right away to us. So in the beginning, everybody hesitated to give away everything in case something happened. You need something to have. Anyway, he said, listen to me, don't hide nothing. If they find something on you, they kill you right away. So we gave away everything. And maybe an hour later, they took us on the main square to work already. So over there was like a mountain of clothes. And we have to take out from the clothes pants to pants, jackets to jackets, shirts to shirts, all sortieren.
You had to sort them out?
Yeah. And I was already, in the afternoon I went to the camp, to the barracks, and I already got a number that I'm a worker over there.
Well, you had your number for your clothes? Did they...
my jacket. They put up
on your jacket?
They put up a number.
What about, did they put the number on your arm?
No, I didn't get the number. No.
Okay.
Just on the jacket was the number. And I was there already 3 days in Treblinka, and I couldn't realize that this is really what has happened. I was dreaming. I couldn't believe myself that they take like 20,000 Jewish people a day and they kill him. I couldn't believe it.
How old were you at this time?
I was in the 20s, early 20s.
Okay.
from 2 to...
So you were a healthy guy at
Oh,
that
yeah.
time.
And I was there already 3 days, and I was already working in a barrack, not outside, no, in a barrack. And we used to have the people what took everything separate. They brought into the barrack jackets. And we has to examine the jackets to see how it's not hide money or jewelry. And we make bundles like 10 jackets. Even a pin in the lapel we have to pull out. If they find a jacket with my number and it has a pin, they took me out and shoot me.
Well, you say that again.
If they find
if they found a
pin in the lapel, they will take me out and shoot me for this.
wow.
You have to take out everything. So strict. Anyway, after 3 days, I was working in this barrack. Somebody came into my barrack and they said to me, "Sir, your father is here." He was already naked. And he came in the barrack and he was working over there too. He was from my town. He know me, I know him, he know my father. And when my father arrived in the undress, they told him to take the shoes over there. Was a few Jewish guys, but they collect the shoes. So when he come over to this guy, he was from my town, and he knew already that I'm there in Treblinka. And he gave my father a piece of rope to tie up the shoes, that they stay up here, that they don't get loose.
Sure.
And he said to my father that I'm already here working. And he came in, this guy, to me where I was working. He risked his life. If the German would see him to go to this place, you only could go where you was working. Anyway, he came in, he said, my name was Shai, in Yiddish. He said, the Tatadu, your father is here. So what I can do? I run out to the big square where the people undressed. And I was looking for my father. And he was already undressed. My father was in the 50s already that time, maybe 55, 54. He was a tall guy and a skinny. So I ran over to the Oberscharführer, the head from camp, a German. And I said to him, my father came now with this selection, with this, the Jews came. Maybe it's possible I'm here that I can have my father working with me too, in camp. He said, where is your father? So I look up where my father is, and I brought him over to him, and he looked at my father. He didn't say nothing, just with the head. He didn't like him, he was too old. So 50 years, 54, 53. He's too old, so and I couldn't do nothing more. So there was also, let's say they came in the morning, about 2,000 people. One transport took in 2,000 people. They couldn't take in no more. The whole train was like 60 people, 60 wagons. They couldn't take in no more, it's funny. And when they came in, the people, they took out people to work, help work out with us, because we have to clean up the section where they undress the people to bring everything to another place. That the next people who come in, not to see anything, clothes on the floor or nothing, not to get suspicious that something happened. For this, we got help. They got like 200 Jewish guys, naked, and we have to bring from 2,000 people clothes. We need a lot of people from this section to the other section. And there was 200 guys naked, and they helped us a whole day to bring the clothes from this place and that one. And I said to my father, if you see over there people staying naked, if you have a chance, try to get into these people. And he listened to me, and he got into the 200 people. And they brought the bundles from one place to the other place. They throw away. It was like a mountain or some clothes. And they went back and again brought bundles from one place to the other one. And I said to my father, if you can not throw away the clothes, but cover yourself up with the clothes, in the mountains and clothes.
Hide in the mountain of clothes? Yeah.
Maybe 3-4 floors, so high. And he did this. He covered himself up. And I didn't go into my barrack where I belonged to war. I was staying already outside by the clothes. And I was at work, I got my number. So I also took out pants to pants, jackets to jacket. And the people that was working over there, they helped me. And when my father he buried himself in the mountains with clothes, I gave him a pair of pants. He pull up the pants. I gave him a shirt and a pair of shoes. And he came out in the mountain when he was already dressed. And he was working like the other people. Started work right away. So I took off my jacket and I gave it to my father. Because I was already, first of all, I was young.
Yeah.
The second, they knew me already, the people that was working.
Were the Germans watching you for all the things that were being done?
The most Ukraine was watching us. Ukraine.
Oh.
They did the dirty work, Ukraine. The Germans just told them what to do. And then I gave him the jacket, and I said to my father, stay here and work. And the appeal will be to go back to the barracks. We get coffee, soup. You will go home too. And I said to my father, and he was wearing my jacket. And I took just a plain jacket. I don't even remember, maybe I was just in the shirt.
So you didn't have a jacket? You gave it to your father?
I gave it to my father. I could get a jacket in the
pile of clothes.
In the pile of clothes.
Yeah.
But I think I was just in the shirt.
Uh-huh.
But my hat, I took off the jacket. We went to the kitchen. Then when we went from the work, there was an appel. You know what an appel is?
Yeah.
In German, it's called an appel. They count the people. We couldn't go in first to get coffee and soup till everything was right. So let's say, in case somebody was missing, if he escaped or he hid, they wouldn't let us stand till they find the person that was missing. Oh. And my father was one person more. They didn't make a big deal. As long as nobody's missing, it's okay. It's another person, they don't care. We went into the coffee to the kitchen, we got soup, we got coffee, anyway. And my father wasn't near already. And we have to go to the barrack to sleep. I told my father, you sleep where I sleep. And so we squeezed in. We didn't get bed, we got a platform.
Yeah.
And one slept next to the other one. And he was sleeping with me here. But the next day he went to work. He didn't get a number.
He still had your jacket?
I still got my jacket. And I went over to the commandant from the barracks. He was also Jewish. I told him the whole story, that I saved my father, and I would like him to get a number, so he is legal.
Yeah.
He said, what I can do is, rather this guy was a doctor, and he was the commandant in the barrack. He said, if somebody will die, or if they will shoot somebody, and I'll be able to get the jacket with the number, I give it to your father. And so it happened. A day, two later, he brought in a number. Let's say if somebody was sick from the workers, but he was working steady, and he got like 2 days temperature. So he was marked to die.
How do they kill him?
There was a special place, but the fire was burning day and night. We call this the lazarette. In German we call it like a Krankenstube.
Okay.
And when somebody has to be killed, they took him over there, and they said they will go to a doctor. They didn't tell them right away what they will do. And when they came over there, in the lazarette was a little room in a place in the back that was burning a whole night and a whole day. And then they said, undress yourself, a doctor will see how bad you are. And they told him to go out, and they go outside with the fire, to shoot him and they fall in the fire. So this was the way from the workers, how they got rid of which one they didn't want it. My father was with me like 3 days, 4 days. The first day he came, and I saved him. He said to me, child, we must escape from here. This is not a place to be. And I said to my father, where you will escape? You escape outside on the Gentile side, the Gentile will bring you back. If they catch you, they will bring you back. And then I said, Dad, if you want to escape, at least you have to have money. Because when you undress, you don't have nothing. Before you hide in the clothes, you hide in the shoes. So I said, let's first get some money. And money was no problem over there.
How did you get money?
We examined everything, these jackets, whatever was a special group we called the Gold Union. They was examined just for money. So my father knew some people that worked by this. He went over and he said, look, I need something, I want to escape. So we gave some to the German, we gave some to him too. Everybody got money. There was no question. So when he got already the money, the camp was in two camps. There was one camp and divided by a barbed wire. One camp was called the undressing, the other camp was called the death camp.
Death camp?
It was in the same spots. It was just one big camp and divided with barbed wire. And whoever was working in the death camp, they was working over there and they was dying like flies because the work by the dead man people. They pulled the teeth after their death. And they only got the ration, the food from the kitchen. They didn't get nothing. We got everything on the side. We undressed the people because everybody got bread, they brought cheeses, everything. So the guy that my father was working, he didn't like it. Whenever he needed to work, he wasn't there. So in the other camp, in the death camp, people was dying every day. Workers. I'm not talking from the people that went right away to the death camp.
They were dying from hunger?
From hunger, from the work what they're doing.
Being overworked?
Overworked. And they pulled the teeth. Somebody couldn't take it. They commit suicide over there. Anyway, and this was a few days after my father was in camp. This couple, we call him a couple. This is what he take care of the workers. Everybody got this group, and everybody worked for different things. So he took care of 20, 30 people. And when they came from the death camp, a journeyman came, and he went over to the couples. He said, I need 20 people. So the couples gave him 20 people to one that didn't like it. There was not hard workers, whatever. So this couple sent over my father to the journeyman to go to the death camp. I didn't know. I was not working by the same couple. And the whole day I worked and everything was fine.
And you didn't know where your father was?
I knew where he works. But it was not, you don't have to go to see. Because if they catch you, they will ask you what you're doing here. So everybody was for himself. And after work, we went to the kitchen to get coffee, and we got coffee with a soup, whatever. And I went into the barrack, where we were sleeping. There was a rule from the journeyman. When I come to sleep on my spot, I have to make sure 2 people from both sides. I have to look for them or they come too. And if they didn't come, I have to report to the couple that this guy didn't show up because people run away.
The couple was Jewish?
Jewish, everything Jewish. And then I came into the barrack and I don't see my father. I started asking around by the people, but we were sleeping there in the same spot, so they saw my father. So one guy told me to send them to the death camp. The couple sent them to the death camp. I heard this. I was hysterical. I started to cry and to scream. And I went over to the couple, to the Jewish, what he sent them over. And I said, why you did this? We hear a son and a father. Why you did this? He said, I didn't know that he has his son here too. He didn't work enough time. He always was away. He said, look, once he's over there, there's no way back. And that camp, to come back to our place was impossible. I could go over to him. They would let me go over to the death camp. So what I will accomplish, I will go to the death camp. Here I have everything. Eat, food, everything.
You mean you could go to the death camp?
I could volunteer to go. This was a camp, somebody be punished. They send them over there.
Yeah.
So I didn't go. And this guy, the cop, told me one thing I can do for you. If you make little packages with food, I can send over this to your father in the death camp. Because the same joyman, but he took him over there. He took little packages and he brought it to my father. And I every day make a little package, bread, whatever I got, salami, cheese, and I send them every day over. And I did this for months. And my father was not alive already.
You didn't know when he died?
I didn't know. And I sent the packages. Looks like the people over there, but they got the package, didn't want to let me know that I keep sending. And so happened, they need some jackets, the death camp for the people that they work. They came back, a journeyman from the mother camp, to us, we put bundles together and put up our name on it. And they said they need like 200 jackets, 300, I don't know how much. And I used to put in the bundles, piece of writing to my father in Yiddish, Jewish.
Yeah.
Whoever will find this piece of paper to get to my father. I didn't know that he's not alive. So it happened, we got a cousin working in the second camp, in the death camp. And not I know, not my father knows, that he works over there. He was a good tailor. And he works in for the journeyman. They got like an atelier, like a place, machines to work for the journeyman, for uniforms.
Yeah.
And he was working over there. My cousin, I didn't even know he existed. And it so happened, he got one of the writings to me, that I'm looking for my father, whoever will find it, to let them know that I'm okay, I'm in the camp. And he got the writing, the cousin of mine, and he saw I'm looking for my father. And my father was already dead a few months.
Oh.
So he got in touch with the same journeyman, and he gave back a writing to me that your father died, we bury him. And since then I didn't know enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when was your camp liberated? Did you stay in Treblinka until it was liberated?
Yes. When I was working in Treblinka, there was like a committee, military people, Polish military, Jewish people, but there wasn't the military. And they organized an escape and to burn down the camp.
Wow.
There was one Jewish guy, he was a mayor in the Polish army. He became Polish. A Jewish couldn't have this rank. So he went over to the Gentile, to their religion. And he was the head in all the camps, the commandant. A nice, tall guy, intelligent guy. And he was the head of the committee. He knew that is a committee in the planning an escape. But we didn't know the details. What, when, who's. This was going for maybe for 8, 9 months. the organizing, because we didn't get nothing. We tried to show there was Jewish boys working for the German, but they was in camp. They could get a grenade, they stole whatever we could get, ammunition, so they got. The one Jewish, he was the commandant in the barracks, not in the camp, but just in one barrack. In the time when supposed to be the uprising, he saw a Jewish guy coming to the barrack with a rifle.
With a rifle?
A rifle.
Yeah.
When he saw this, he saw something is going on. And he was working with the joyman. He squealed, whatever he knew, he brought to the joyman. If he knew that he is doing this, what we can do? In the time when he saw the Jewish guy brought in a rifle, he came and the place where they're undressing the people. This guy, he was the commandant in Barak, and he started to ask for the Oberscharführer, for the head from the joyman. So he saw he came on this over there looking for the chef. He knew something is wrong. And when he got to the chef, he told him the story that he saw a Jewish guy brought in a rifle. So a guy got a grenade from our people, and he threw a grenade and killed both of them on the spot. Them Oberscharführer and them Squealer.
Wow.
And he killed him on the spot. Just became a mix-up. Everybody was on own. We supposed to get out from the camp as a group, partisans, and fight the Germans. The Ukrainians, there was a few Ukrainians that knew for this, that was involved with the uprising. And they said when the uprising will start, they will talk to the Ukrainians that the war is over. They were staying untold with machine gun. The Ukraine, they're watching the people from camp, that they come down and we will go out like an army. They got in camp tanks, trucks, everything to join them. So we will take this. If we go to the forest, we will fight the joymen. There was even something was told, if somebody will want to run away, to kill him from the Jewish people.
Yeah.
If he doesn't stay with the whole group, if he wants to be on his own, if he can, to kill him. It was very good organized, but the thing happened a half an hour before supposed to happen. It was to gewinne Sametochen. Nobody knew what to do. There was no organizers, nothing. And we kill our joymen. We knew if we kill our joymen, they will kill us. So then everybody was at his own. And I escaped in the camp that time with 9 people. It was a group, 9 people. We was working together. We was a company from 25 people. And we worked together every day. The company was called Tarnung. You never heard Tarnung. It's a German name. But we did Spielberg interviewed she asked me questions and I answered.
Oh, okay.
And I'm answering by myself.
Is it more difficult?
Yeah. I have an ice and trying without the stop.
Oh.
So when I escaped, we escaped 9 guys.
You left the camp?
The camp, yeah. We escaped, it was 9 guys. We was running a whole night.
In the Gentile area?
Huh?
When you left the camp, you were in a Gentile area?
Sure. But we didn't know where we are.
You just ran?
We just we didn't go out in the forest. We ran in the forest. And when we saw a light, we was afraid maybe when there is a city. We took a different direction. We ran like a whole night till morning. Became already.
But you didn't know where you were running?
We had no idea where we are.
But you knew you were getting away from the camp?
Yes. In the morning, we already was afraid to run. So he was in the forest. So the journeyman with the Ukraine was chasing us. They want to catch us. We don't know where we are, in the forest. So what we did, everybody climbed a tree, the biggest tree, the highest tree. We climb up on the top of the tree because the journeyman with the crane was looking for us. And we got a strap. Everybody got a big strap. He tie us up to the trees. But in case you fall asleep, you
wouldn't
down.
fall.
We were sitting 3 days.
Did you see the Germans when you were up in the tree?
Oh yeah, we saw them.
Did they have dogs?
Yes, they didn't catch us. There was no dogs. Even we saw the fields where the Gentile was working in the tree. So high we was up. So we were sitting on the tree for 3 days.
No food, no water.
Nobody was hungry. We were so scared. We didn't think of food. After 3 days, it's quiet down. We didn't show no more German. We didn't show no more Ukraine. So we got relaxed. So we got hungry. So we have to have something to eat. We don't know where we are. We was afraid of the Gentiles, the same like of the German, because the Gentiles, if you catch us, they brought us to the German to try to get rid of us. So after 3 days, we got hungry, we went down from the trees. At night time we stay already on the ground. In the daytime we still climb up the tree. And when we were sitting on the trees, we saw the fields. The Polish people are working in the fields. So we went down all 9 people. And from the 9 people, we picked 3 people, but they don't look Jewish. So they picked me, and one guy was an Assimilate Yid. You know what Assimilate Yid is? No. This is what he doesn't believe in Judaism. He lives like a Gentile.
Yeah.
He didn't know the Jewish language. He went to college. You know, he looks 100% Gentile. So we went over there, to make the story short, we went to the village to get food. So we approached the 2 girls to ask him. We didn't say we're Jewish. in the 9, 3 only went. We said that we partisans, we need food, and we asked him where we can get food in the village. So they show us a house. Over there lives the head from the village. This is called a sołtys in Poland. And if you can get food, it's only by this. He's the richest in the village. And if he has special food, you can get by this guy. So what we did, all the three we went over to this building where he lived. He didn't go to the house. He went behind the bar. Coming behind the bar, we heard some people talking inside. So it was another scare. People talking. So this one, but he looked like a Gentile, he went to the front door by the bar, and he asked him, who is the owner in this place? Came out a young guy, maybe 30, 32 years old. He said, I'm the owner. And he was the owner. And he said to the fellow from us, what do you want it? He said, we are partisan. We didn't eat for a few days. We need food. And this guy, they knew over there in the villages that there was an uprising. The Jewish people escaped in the camp. They burned down the camp. They knew it was 3 days later. He said to him, Mister, you're not a partisan, you're a Jewish guy escaped from Treblinka. So he saw, he knows, he got no choice. He said, yes, it's true. We escaped, 9 people. For 3 days we didn't eat. And we need bread. And he said to this guy, the 2 of us didn't go to the front, we stayed behind. And then the Gentile, the owner from the place, told this guy to go behind the bar because I have people working here, so they don't have to see you. And he came also back behind. So and he told him he goes into the kitchen to the farmer and ask him maybe he has some bread to spare. He was afraid maybe he go and call the German. That happened a lot of times.
Sure.
So what we did, 2 of us, back up to the fields and lay down to see what will happen. And he was staying behind the bar, waiting him to come out, whatever. So what happened 5 minutes later, he came out with a bread. In the villages, when they baked their own bread, was like 10 kilo, like 20 pounds of bread, one bread.
He turned out to be a good guy.
Yeah. And when he brought out this bread, he already run over in the field, we 2. We started to talk to him. So we are 9 people, and we will need bread again. We asked him how much we have to pay you for the bread. He said 50 zlotys. 50 zlotys was not much.
But did you have it?
Yeah, money was no problem.
Okay.
We didn't get small donations, we got big ones. I got, the smallest was 500 zlotys.
Wow.
We took out the 500 zlotys and we gave to him. He said to us, in the whole village, he takes together the money from the whole village, will not be 500 zlotys. 500 zlotys is a lot of money. So we said to him, look, mister, keep the 500 zlotys. And a few days later, we will need bread. We come again, because we saw we can trust him. He said, oh no, you take the $500 to us, and take the bread, and never come back.
Good man.
He was afraid. He take the bread, take the money, and never come back. He also give us information, the surrounding to the villages over there, where we can go, where we don't can go, where the German are in the villages, where not. Anyway, we took the bread, we took the 500 zlotys, and I got on me a pocket watch. I took out the pocket watch, and I said to him, keep us our souvenir. We didn't want to lose the contact. At least I get my watch.
Yeah.
3 days later, we need bread. You're hungry, you need food. We went back to him.
Was he there?
Because we trusted. He said, what are you doing here? You're hungry, you need bread. And we know we can trust you, so where we will go. Anyway, he said, I give you bread now. Please don't come no more. He gave us milk. What choice we got? There was nine hungry people. The bread was good for a day. Next day, we went back to him. He was mad on us. Said, look, we not came for bread. We came to give you a proposition. And he knew already that we are 9 people in the forest hiding out. We will make a deal with you. We give you so much and so much money, and everything in gold. The most that we got money in gold, $20, Russian gold dollars. And he said, we told him, look, there's 3 people between us, 9 people, 3 are in Warsaw, in the big town. And we want you to go to the railroad station with these 3 people, and you buy for them 3 tickets on the railroad, and you buy yourself a ticket. And when the train will come, these 3, they were staying outside, they didn't go in the station. When the train will come, they will get to the train, and you don't have to stay with them together. You can stay in a different apartment, and they will stay in a different apartment. And we give them an amount of money, and the rest we give you when we have them arriving, that they arrive in Warsaw. So it happened, everything went smooth. They arrived in Warsaw. They wrote a few words and gave it to him that we arrived in Warsaw. And he brought the stars. So from that time on, we was steady in contact with him. He didn't tell us, no, don't come no more. So the thing was planned that these 3 guys, maybe they find us a hideout in Warsaw. Maybe they will get some Irish papers, Gentile papers. And then they will write to this Gentile in the farm that he find a hideout, whatever. Went by 2 months, he didn't hide nothing. And this time started to come the winter. It started to snow already. And he's sitting on trees. He already got make a hideout in the ground also. He didn't sleep already on the trees. He was sleeping on the ground.
You dug holes in the ground.
A hole in the ground. But the problem was more the snow.
It's cold.
Not just cold. Footsteps.
Oh,
When
yeah.
we go to the village, we don't can sit over there a whole winter not to go to the village. So we went over to him and we told him, his name was Stashi, look, we didn't hide from them already 2 months. The winter is coming. We don't can stay anymore in the forest. How about you make for us a hideout in the farm? We give you so much money, so much. He agreed.
Nice man.
He agreed. He got a little, I think what he went through, something like we went through. He was in the Polish army. And he was an officer in the Polish army. And he was in Poznan. I don't know if you know Poland. Poznan, this is the worst section in Poland for anti-Semite. And he was a Gentile. And he saw the army, the war is lost. So somehow he got civil clothes, and he took off the uniform. He got in civil clothes, and he was away about 300-400 miles from his house. So he went into a farmer in the village over there in Poznan, and he got into a guy and asked him, look, I have to go where I live, this is a few hundred miles. Maybe I can sleep over with you. Just like this. One Gentile to the other Gentile. He said, yes, why not? Go to he got a special room for the people that was working for him. And he said to this guy, go in this room and you can sleep there. And he was also suspicious.
Wow. I got 5 minutes left on this.
That's all.
Yeah.
And he got into the room, and he got out to the field. He wants to see if he's not calling the joiner. It took maybe a minute. He was in the field. The joiner arrived, and he had saved himself. He ran away.
Yeah.
He saved himself. So he went through something similar to us.
Yes.
He saw what he went through, and besides this, he did it for the money.
Sure.
Playing for money. And the father and the mother got nothing to do with this. He took us in, he made the agreement with us, everything. And the father and the mother, they took care of us. He made a hideout in his house.
In the farm?
In the farm. He said he got 5 minutes. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be finished
Yeah.
to explain to you.
Well, I could use another tape, but
You got another tape?
yeah.
Okay. So.
But if you, I don't know how far you are from. Wait, let me put this. Again.
They got a two-family house. 2 rooms on this side, 2 rooms on the other side. The other side, the 2 rooms was empty. Nobody lived in the 2 rooms. And the farmer lived in the other 2 rooms. He went into the 2 rooms, was a kitchen and a bedroom. And there was a stove. In the villages, they got the stoves from bricks. They didn't got the stoves that we have.
Yeah.
And he made the stove hollow. He took everything out of the stove. And he break the foundation in this kitchen that goes to the bedroom. In the bedroom was the whole bedroom got a cellar. When he broke the foundation, he could go down from the kitchen to the cellar. And he make a small cellar for us. And the rest from the house, he got a cellar, put up potatoes on the top, all the way to the floor.
Wow.
In case the journeyman came, they don't can go down to the empty floor cellar. And we got to go in and out to the kitchen. He make a frame inside the kitchen. He put up a metal, and he put up some wood. In case the German came to the village, they was looking for ammunition, they're looking for people. So when they will come in the village, he will make a fire in the kitchen. So happened one time. If he was lucky, he'd make a fire in the kitchen, less like a minute. And we got the smoke. Instead to go out, went down to the kitchen, to the basement. The basement was like 6 by 6.
How many people stayed there?
6.
Because 3 of them went on the
Russia,
train.
we never heard of them.
Oh, okay.
Not even after the war. And one, during the hideout, died in the basement. He was tuberculosis. And him is a different story. He didn't want to live anyway. A young fella, younger than me, and he always was sick. And he tried not to live.
He wanted to die.
Yeah.
Well, he was one of the 6.
He was one of the 6. And he died. A natural death. The Gentile took him. During the day he went to a little forest, opened up ground. And at night we washed him up in the basement. We told the Gentile to make a basket without nails. And he did everything what we told him.
Wow.
At night time they took him on the wagon and covered him up with straw. And 2 or 3, I don't even remember, went with him. He was driving the horse with the carriage, and we buried him over there.
Oh.
And this guy, being in camp, he didn't want to live. He wanted to die. And
Wow.
then,
Yeah. So how long were you in the farmhouse?
the farmhouse a whole year.
A whole year?